Hello everybody, welcome back to Global Spec Racing. We are here for a Tier 1 here at the Monaco Grand Prix. This is the third race of the weekend, second to last one of the weekend, with Tier 2 coming up tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock p.m. UK. Thank you all who have already showed up for tuning in right now. Hopefully bringing us some good racing for all 16 drivers in the field right now. As I will get the stream advertised in the GSR Discord server. And if you have not joined that, do so. Why are you watching the stream if you're not in the server, man? Just saying. But yeah, GSR X is on pole right now and looking to maybe improve on his lap. He came really close to winning last season at this track, but ended up crashing out at the first Mirabeau corner. Or at Casino, excuse me. So he's looking for some redemption here. He's looking to tie William Lossell's record for most victories in Tier 1 and go back to back for the third time in his GSR career. So I think that would be pretty good for Mr. GSR X there. You know, Sector 1, that is a Renault off the track. That is Pierre Daniel. And he will come to rest, probably going to get DQ'd if he doesn't get reversed out in time. Sucking Ginger on a lap, he's invalid, sorry. GSR Pluto is 400s up on his lap. That's not going to put him anywhere higher in the field right now, but we'll see as the lap moves on how it goes. And Axe improves to 109.002. It was 0.6 faster than what he originally had. That could be big for Ariel Cobra, who's looking to maybe beat that lap. 2/10 up. Not going to be enough if he wants to. Pluto 0.01 down. Might have gained a good bit there through swimming pool. We'll see. Rascas and Anthony Nose right here. Off final corner. And Smoking Ginger, or GSR Pluto, I'm off today. Improves by 0.4 to 110.7 or 3. I can't see today. But yeah, DRS enabled for Ariel Cobra. Where will he improve to? He will go up to, he will not move up, he will go on to 109.181, about 1/10 back from GSR X behind him. I think AF1 Masters on it, trying to improve on his lap too, 1/10 quicker in Sector 2 as it shows right now. A does have 3 victories in his GSR career, all those coming in Tiers 3 and Tier 2. Actually, might have 4 victories, excuse me. Got a few at Hungary. In Tier 3 as well. But anyways, way out to final corner, he is on an in lap. Gorgon is invalid. Dallas is on an in lap, I think. Davis, I'm not sure if he's on one, or Thrasher. He is not. V2 is invalid, so that's probably qualifying over, everybody. That's Davis with a pretty hard crash right there. Go up the barrier on Casino, that's exactly where GSR X crashed. Not good for the McLaren driver. Dallas actually is not on an in lap. Well, he was trying not to be on an in lap, but is currently invalid. As we wait for a few drivers to retire, we will go over the starting grid for the Tier 1 Monaco Grand Prix. This stands as the 4th time Tier 1 have gone to the Monaco Grand Prix. Every single season has brought a throwing race. In Season 1, Jabulani and the student step by Maki were duking it out for victory. Season 2, Apex, Ricardo, William Lossell having some amazing overtakes on each other, including overtakes in the first Mirabeau corner and to back. Last season saw a 4-car train between Noto F1, Jack 1205, FXBR Surratt, and Alabama Outlaw, which ultimately ended up in the front 2 colliding and Jack taking that victory. We can very well see something similar today. So wait for Smoking Ginger to retire. I'll hopefully be able to go over the starting grid. As he does now. GSR X will take pole position for AlphaTauri, who just recently picked up their 3rd win in total in this league with him. And Ariel Cobra will be right behind him on the first row. Brute Gorgon, Aerocover's teammate, currently Ferrari Constructors leaders right now, and AF1 Master in P4. Jivoli MSU and GSR Pluto make up row 3. Dallas 443 reserve driver. And Super Batesy will make up row 4. And rounding out the top 10 will be Smoking Ginger and Davis 2K7. We're in for a good race here. Well, we're going to see what strategies everyone goes out on right now as well. Because tire strategies at Monaco can be very interesting, because safety cars will come out. Looks to be a completely dry race, though. As Davis is the first one to ready up, get set up, loaded in. We'll wait for everyone else to hit ready, and I'll go over my 2 favorites for this race. Because I'm going solo today, unfortunately. As they've all readied up, and we're going to get onto the formation lap, and I'll go over my favorites for this race. And starting off right now, I'm just going to say GSR Axe. He won last weekend at Coda. Currently the only driver that's won twice at that circuit right as it stands right now. He won in Season 2 from 20th on the grid, and just last weekend he won again, this time with a more comfortable margin. And I believe he can maybe recreate that energy today, maybe even taking his second win in a row, and which would ultimately end up tying William Lawson for most wins, I believe. I will double check if this is true. And it is true. All GSRX needs to do is win one more time. He'll break or tie RSF1 Uzumaki's win record in GSR. And second favorite, it's tough to say, but I'm going to go with Aero Cobra. He's shown some amazing pace all season, and it generally would not surprise me if he jumped Axe into turn 1 maybe. These drivers are known for being pretty aggressive into turn 1. Not like dirty driving aggressive, but like a decent amount right here. But yep, that's all I have to go over right now. Some outside picks I'd say are probably Brute and Aid. Brute and Aid have both showed some significant pace in Tier 1 so far this season, and neither of them coming out with a win would surprise me that much, to be 100% honest. As we have to get on the formation lap, everyone's starting to go. There's their pit stop strategy. You can go lap on lap 10 from softs for the hards, or pit on lap 11 from the softs for mediums, and pull a 1-stop. As Axel lead him back to the line after the formation lap, and we'll all get formed up, and we're about to see 16 drivers get barreling into Saint Devote at full speed right here. Run the turn 1's very short here, so you want to get a good start as the biggest advantage you can get here. As V2 Combat forms up, and it Williams back there Ricochet, we'll get going. Anyways, as we reach 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights, it is lights out and away we go into Monaco Grand Prix. Axe gets out to a pretty good start. Aero Cobra with a poor start right there. Getting beaten out by Brute Gorgon in the back. Brute actually might get past his Ferrari teammate right here. And Aero Cobra's down to P6. What's happened there? Might just be lag, but Davis at the P7. That's a race point in the wall. As GSR Pluto, and Pluto gets a 5-second stop go for colliding with Brute, and that is a VSC already. I'm not sure what's happened in the back. Lots of lag, that's what's happened. As the field is starting to get glitched out right here. Hopefully it'll get fixed at some point. Yeah, Brute jumped his teammate, or at least thought he did. He had the upper hand on Aero Cobra coming off turn 1 in Saint Devote, but in the casino I think Aero Cobra's got the better run. We'll go over biggest winners, biggest losers. Biggest winner out of that whole start was V2, going from P16 already at the P13 right now. And biggest loser out of that start was GSR Thrasher on the P15 after what I assume was a lap 1 collision. And we're back green flag. patience at a track like this is key, considering the fact that there's not really many overtaking opportunities here. So you have to be very patient and just hope your opportunity presents itself. And Pluto will peel into the pits after his collision with Brute Gorgon. When the VSC came out, got some pretty major wing damage. Axel set the provisional fastest lap of the races on 125.773. Has a few cars at pit 2 actually. Superwoman, nope, not Superwoman, Super Batesy has pit 2. That's all I can see there. Superwoman getting back to the coast of the Daniel right here. And to the casino, will anything be tried by the Racing Point driver? Does not look like it will happen. Almost clips the casino wall. That's a very deadly spot. X would know 100% that it is. And currently the closest gap on the track is 4/10, actually 2/10. That's between the Daniel and Wham, and that might be a move made into the tunnel right here. Going side by side through into the tunnel. Don't really see this too often. Into Nouvelle Chicane. A bit of locking up by Wham, and actually makes contact with the Renault driver. Might have gotten a warning for that. And here comes V2 Combat from P16. He started in last place. Thought about moving to the back, but thought wiser of that one. And Wham, well, next lap at least he will have DRS, and next improves on his personal fastest lap, and that's V2 trying to find a gap there. He will not make that move work. And Wham will not put it into overtake mode, as Daniel will pull away on the straight. And walks up, and he'll go into the wall, or almost goes into the wall, as V2 gets a time penalty for multiple warnings, which shall however be the first of many. Smoking Ginger catching to the back of Davis right now. Sokin driving the Haas. Davis drives that in Tier 2 right now. He is reserving Tier 1 today due to lack of attendance. And takes a very deep line into the chicane, Sokin Ginger does. Trying to gain some time on the McLaren in front of him. Trying to get by for some valuable points for Haas. Get up to P7. Into Nouvelle Chicane, Davis does lock up, has to miss the chicane. That's going to be Smoking Ginger up to P7. That's going to be Wayman up to P8 too, actually. But V2 was not close enough to capitalize on it. V2 started P16, he's already up to P10. That's 6 spots he's already made up in this race. Could we see a last to first drive today? That's Brute Gorgon in the pits. Is he getting a new front wing? He is. Half of it is gone. I don't know what happened to him. Unfortunate for Brute, has been so consistent all year. There's Superman with the new fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And Smoking Ginger's actually gotten passed by Superman, who's just at the fastest lap of the Grand Prix right now. Ginger trying to fight back, but his pace is unmatched right now. Brute coming out of the pits after being P3, having to give up the podium. Now we'll give AF1 Master P3 and Ghibli MSU P4. That's Davis coming out of the pits too. Not sure what happened to him. Same with Thrasher, both not having any races to their advantage right now. And very late in the race, Super Wyman almost runs to the back of the AlphaTauri in front of him. Dallas is actually a Tier 1 reserve driver, currently impressing up for AlphaTauri right now. But Wyman's doing a bit better than he is right now, closing into the back of him, going into the swimming pool. Gets the better run. Will he try anything in the Rascas? He gets really close to the back of him, might have been a bit of contact, but nothing will be tried. With DRS, and that's Wyman into the wall. Lost the rear end of Anthony Noge, I think. And that's going to be wing damage for Wyman. He's going to go into nearly go into the wall again. That will really affect his race pace now. You can see a little train forming from P5 all the way down to P9. And Dallas is actually holding up right now. Five-car train, actually. Wyman might actually contribute to holding these guys up behind him with his newfound wing damage now after losing out Anthony Noge. Wyman does gain a bit on Dallas in the tunnel right there, but will not capitalize on it. That was actually its rearance. It's a bit of oversteer right there. This is where Superman gains a ton in Sector 3. Could we maybe see him move in the Rascast if Wayman's going to be brave enough? Ginger gets a 3-second time penalty. And that's a big lockup by Superwoman. Now DRS enabled. He will not make the same mistake again, though it does get a bit of oversteer. And Smoking Ginger will now pit. I'm not sure why, but we'll not see a move this lap. That's it. Renault into the wall. It's Daniel. That's no front wing for the Renault now. Might be on the verge of being lapped by GSR X and Aero Cobra, who have built up a considerable gap to everyone behind. It's a safety car. That changes everything. Well, if that gap that Aero Cobra and GSR X have worked to bring up to 10.5 seconds has now dissipated to nothing due to a safety car. It's unfortunate for those two. But Daniel did have a pretty hefty crash in the left chicane, and the game felt safety car was needed. V2 Combat, let's look at how many positions he's gained. 9 spots. Skyrat's gained 7. These guys have had amazing races so far. Top 3 all coming to the pits. Will Dallas do the same thing? He will. I can only assume Smoking Ginger will. He does. Super Wayman. V2. Skyrat stays out on medium tires. He's going to try to jump GSR X when he comes out of the pits, but he will not make that happen. Same with Aero Cobra. He will knock it out ahead of Cobra. As we wait for cars to catch back up to the field, there's a Mercedes as yet to catch back up. Same with Thrasher back there. It is Super Batesy and Thrasher, who are 2 cars that are pretty much off the pace right now. Morally, Thrasher was 56 seconds back from Batesy alone. It was close to getting a lot if it wasn't for that safety car. As we wait for Thrasher to catch back up to the field, I'm assuming next lap is when we'll be restarting. He has some 35 seconds to make up compared to the car in front. Then we'll probably be getting back going here for the T1 Monaco Grand Prix. So far, this race has brought some pretty good action. And hopefully for the next 30-something laps, it'll bring some more great action to us as well. And Thrasher still 35 seconds back from the car in front. We might not even go in this lap. And that's the most annoying part about safety cars, because they wait until everyone in the field is bunched up. But due to Thrasher not being able to catch up, I'm not sure if he'll come in this lap. So I have to pace around the track for one more time as they wait for Thrasher to catch back up, which is going to be annoying for some of these drivers in the field. It will increase their chances of getting a penalty for a collision. As Ricochet is lagged out, I'm not sure if he's gotten an invite back or not. And if safety car is not coming in this lap as we wait for Thrasher to catch back up to the field, that is going to annoy a few drivers in the field, I can assume. And Thrasher gets a 10-second for corner cutting. I can only assume he just cut the entire chicane just to catch up to the field. I didn't really catch it though. Well, he's caught up now, but at the expense of 10 seconds added onto his race time. Not sure in the long run if that will serve Thrasher too well though. That's the thing. We'll see though. GSR Axel or Cobra Scotty Rat is currently your top 3. My favorites in this race are currently 1, 2, 5, and 6. Brew Gorgon, a 1% safety car, helped out a ton. Is that smoke coming out of the back of his car? That should not be happening. I've never seen that before. This game brings so many new glitches every time. It's insane. Alright then. Yeah, Smoking Ginger running a tier 1 career best P7 right now. Could we maybe see him keep this position and maybe end up finish in this spot or higher for Haas, which is a team that desperately needs these constructors points. And considering the fact that he's the only Haas driver in the field right now, it'd be really helpful. And yep, safety car is in this slot. The entire field is caught up. And what will GSR next do? Will he stack up the field at the expense of a few front wings, or will he just get going and just get restart over with? I think he's going out of Raskas. And yep, he is. Now they have Anthony Noge. We are back to green flag. The AlphaTauri will lead us into St. Devote into turn 1. Will there be any battles through the midfield? Does not look like it. As Axe has already gone up to his 2.5 lead, showing his dominance over everyone else in the field right now. As Cobra got off to an absolutely atrocious restart, Skyrat and non-uploaded mediums might actually get past him. Mirabo right here. They'll think wisely of that move though. And Super Batesy and Thrasher having a battle as Batesy on corner exit of Casino has gotten by the Red Bull driver. And Batesy currently trying to charge his way back through the field. He knows he has the pace to get through. Just a matter of finding the right spots to overtake. This is on the Davis on corner exit though. GSR Pluto will try it in Nouvelle Chicane. He will not, but V2 does a pretty big lockup. Now give V2's second penalty of the Grand Prix. There's still 20 laps remaining in this race. That's going to be really costly for V2 depending on where he finishes. And if Master really close to the back of WMSU, right on the gearbox of him. That could have ended much worse had he been a tad bit closer. And if Master gets the 3-second penalty, your pit window is open for the one-stop strategy if you want to go into the mediums right now. Which I believe I don't think anyone in the field will be doing that right now. Considering nobody is on the softs. Skyrat has gained an AO Cobra though. While Skyrat gains, it's letting GSR Axe make up a considerable gap right now. Axe is definitely the favorite to take this victory. If he doesn't take it, I don't know who will at this point. He's navigating this track excellently. From this, you gotta cut the chicane a tad bit there. They keep ahead of Aid with F1 Master for just a few more corners. Aid is starting to pounce on him though. The same applies to Scotty Rat and AO Cobra. DRS has been enabled for these drivers. I can only assume that Scotty Rat is glad to see that message pop up on his MFD right now. He's really probably starting to get impatient when it comes to getting by Aerial Cobra, especially since there's only 2 realistic overtaking opportunities at a track like this. And GSR Thrasher is retired from the session. Where's that at? He retired in the pits. And if one master and GSR has swapped positions, that's AF1 master up to P4. I did not catch that, dude. I was trying to find what happened to Thrasher. Superwoman, or oh, Batesy and Davis have had a pretty big shunt here. How he crashed there? That's a very odd spot to crash in. That is very odd, and that will bring out a VSC. I'm not sure if he had contact with Davis, because I saw Davis stop there as well. Does he have wing damage? Yeah, he does. Half his wing is gone. He's struggling to turn in the tunnel. And Batesy will be fuming after that one. So I think we're starting to go back to green flag. Field's starting to speed up, but I'm not 100% sure though. I assume with how slowly X is going, that is not the case. As Skyrat V2 and Davis will head into the pits. Skyrat will pit onto his new hard tires. V2 and Davis are going to go into mediums. Interesting strategy by both of them. As we are back to green flag. Yellow Sector 2, I assume it was a lockup from the race point in the back there. That'd be Superwoman in the Nouvelle Chicane. And V2 is catching up to Ricochet, but he is a ghost. Do not get your hopes up. There's no battles happening on track right now. GSR Pluto will head into the pits for, I assume, new tires. Probably going onto the hard compounds. And he is doing so. He's starting to lose 8F1 Master a good bit here. Smoking Ginger starting to gain on Brute Gorgon, actually. Locks up a bit, trying to keep up with him. As Wayman going into the pits for a new front wing has gotten a 5-second stop, go for speeding, and Pluto's picked up 2 penalties since I unmuted my mic. Has somebody gone off as a Renault, or no, it's a McLaren, excuse me, as Davis who was spun off. I assume, oh, it's Pluto out of the session. He's retired in the pit lane. I'm not sure what's gone on there. Don't know what's happened there. And AF1 Master does cut the chicane. He's trying his best to keep it out of Dribble AMSU, who's trying the pressure from behind. We'll see if that comes up to anything right here. Wait, and Ricochet. But Ricochet is a ghost car. Brute Gorgon has started catching up to these two up in front, and that'll be Dribble AMSU and AF1 Master that he's caught up to. And X has had zero problem with the safety cars come out. He's increased it to a 4-second gap over Aero Cobra. He's pretty comfortable right now. And still, definitely the favorite to take this victory as we're approaching halfway into this race. That's V2 sitting in another fast lap of the race of the 1:12.478 in his Renault right now. Currently charging from last place in the grid. And this train is starting to really pick up some passengers right here. 4 cars are now on this train. That includes aid too. That's 8 of 1 Master. Clipped the Nouvelle Chicane barrier right there. I think I accidentally muted my mic right there. That is... Oh... That is going to be Smoking Ginger moving up to P5 though. This is the best he's performed all season. He is doing absolutely amazing right now. It'd be amazing if he could pick up some good points. Maybe even a podium. If he can just keep his nose clean. I don't know why my mic is acting like this. Wish I can get a better one. But in space, Brooke Organ's trying to put some pressure on Jabali MSU in front of him. Maybe trying to get P3 away from him. And to Mirabeau. Root does go pretty late on the brakes, but will not upshoot to anything right now. Smoking Ginger's actually closing in a bit on Brute, who's ahead of him, trying to maybe take P4 away from him. His GSR best finish, I believe, is at P8. So where he's running right now alone already beats it. And maybe even getting a podium if he can just keep his nose clean and these two in front of him crash while battling. That'd be amazing for Smoking Ginger. Jason Thrasher's rage. That's Davis with the 3-second time penalty. Trying to put pressure on Superwoman in front of him, who's just come out of the pits. I think Davis might have some form of wing damage, and he does. The right end plate is missing. I saw him going very wide in Casino, and I assumed so, and I was right. Brooke Organ and jab into St. Devote. Nothing will come out of it, though. 2 cents back into Casino. Will there be a move made in Casino even? Maybe a Mirabeau. Brute will have to get a pretty good exit to attempt that. He will not make it happen. And Smoking Ginger is relatively keeping up though, and this train has sort of gotten back to where it was before AF1 Master spun himself, as Dallas is actually caught up to this now, though not as close to the train as other 3 in front of him. It is starting to come back up to a 4-car train. Also, 3, that is somebody who's retired in the pits, and that would be Davis. 11 cars left in this race. 1 more, I think all would get points, even if they DNF'd. But Brute with DRS will put it in the overtake. He will not, he'll keep it into mode 1. And St. Devote, nothing will come to fruition right now. This race is starting to become a bit of a bore fest, but Monaco isn't exactly the best track for overtaking. Normally a race of attrition. And for some people, that's starting to show right now. AF1 Master. I think my mic's back on. Okay, there we go. I don't know what keeps happening here. But Brute Gorgon, oh, the Superwoman takes his fastest lap back with a 1:11.250. I think that broke Aid's time by almost a second. These two showing some excellent pace on each other right now. But GSR acts with a 7-second gap over Aero Cobra. The last thing he would want is the safety car. And he is leading this race with a comfortable margin. There's Superwoman getting by the ghosted Ricochet. And I think there's a front wing coming off for 8F1 Master, a piece of it. Yep, this was end plate on the right side. Might have worsened it, might have hit the wall in the swimming pool. I could not really see though, he didn't. Smoking Ginger has caught up loads to Brute Gorgon up ahead. Trains at Monaco are really helping Smoking Ginger here, just gaining a lot of time and hopefully stick with the leaders right here. Maybe even gain a spot or two. And that tire smoke is very, very... there we go. Okay. If that's going to happen the rest of the stream, it's going to be very annoying. But Superman gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. And I think that's the third penalty he's gotten. I will check penalties within this little train right here that's formed up right here. Jab has 1 penalty. Brute has nothing. Smoking Ginger has a penalty. And Dallas has nothing. So if most of these guys have relatively been pretty clean when it comes to penalties, either having 1 penalty or no penalties. And X's gap from him and Aaron Cobra is now 9.1 seconds. He's just showing utter domination against the rest of them. Bit of a lockup by Axe. I'll probably give him a warning right there. But it's not going to affect this gap too much. He's already gone up to 8 seconds. 8F1 Master's going to pit again onto worn hard tires. And Superman will do the same thing. What tires will he go on to? If he's going to be repairing a front wing, it's Jab with the 3-second time penalty. With the wing repair. Wyman not having the race he exactly wanted for sure. And will this train ever break up though? As you saw, it did break up for a brief moment after 8F1 Master clipped the barrier in Nouvelle Chicane. Just V2 with his 3rd penalty. With DRS, Brute will not be close enough to get an overtake done, unfortunately. Smoking Ginger had overtake enabled. Was getting pretty close to Brute there. Was not close enough for a move. Dallas P6 will also remain there as well. Skyrat, with the longer this train forms up, the more cars that are going to get attached onto this train right here. And Scratty Rat is about to be one of them, 1.3 seconds back from Dallas in front of him. We could see V2 even catch up to this train if he plays his cards right and if this train goes slow enough. But I'm unsure about that. Nothing's really coming to fruition of this train right here, though. Gorgon just remaining back right now, right behind Jab. Also, make sure he goes quick enough to make sure Smoking Ginger doesn't overtake him. It's quite the Grand Prix for everyone, and that's Superman is pitting again for another new wing. Oh my goodness! But that's his 2nd pit lane time penalty. It's safe to say this race has become a bit uneventful right now, and not only that, it's compacted with the microphone troubles I have been having recently. And by recently I mean about 5 minutes ago, because I have no clue what's happening with it. It just likes to mute itself randomly, and I have no clue why. Anyway, Brute Gorgon continued to put the pressure on Jab into a mistake, and that's almost a mistake by Brute himself. And anyways, Dallas, his first penalty of the race, his first 3 seconds. And the only person in this pack that hasn't gotten a penalty yet is Brute, and he's 1 warning away from getting one. DRS enabled, 7/10 back, will not be close enough to make a move. And Skyrat's gotten close to the Dallas. Could make a move in the 8th vote. He will not make a move. Five tenths back. He's now brute from jab. Same gap between Scratty Rat and Dallas too. We could see maybe someone break up the train a bit between all the passengers here. Scratty Rat keeps getting some bad exits. All that dirty air is really affecting everyone involved in this right now. A lot of warnings and penalties of guarantee have just come for that one corner itself, Nouveau chicane. That little curve right there likes to snatch up every car that goes up against it. And nobody's really liking that chicane one bit if they don't have a penalty. And that's very close to jab. This is the closest it's been the entire race. Only about 2 tenths back, but gets a pretty bad exit. Puts an overtake. He knows this is his one chance to maybe make a move. In the same vote, will he be close enough? He will not be. Skyler will not be close enough to make a move on Dallas either. And Brute working at the trail jab for realistically one more lap unless he can make moves somewhere else. Superman with the fastest lap of the race of the 1:11.224. Currently chasing on Ricochet, he was a ghosted car. And while all this happens, GSRX just showing the field who's boss right now. 14.5 seconds for AlphaTauri. He's gonna go back to back. The only times he's gone back to back in his GSR career, all in season 1 when he won the oh god. He won the Spanish Grand Prix in season 1, and he also won the season 1 Russian Grand Prix, and he went on did it again later that season. He won the season 1 Mexican Grand Prix and the season 1 Brazilian Grand Prix too. Since then, those are the only times he's gone back to back in his GSR career. He's also the driver who, in the second race of GSR's existence, he won that, and that was an Australian Grand Prix, which he showed the field again who's boss. Bob winning about 10-11 seconds over at time second place X Motors, and he's winning by 15 to 16 seconds over Ariel Clover right now, and that gap is ever so much increasing. That's Superman pinning again. I guess his third stop go penalty. That's Brooke Gorgon pinning too. I didn't see that, and that's actually the 3-second time penalty. That really doesn't matter to him though. I don't know. That's really gonna make Brute mad though. He was running so well. Now it's gonna be Smoking Ginger's job to maybe catch up the jab and pass him. Ginger's on a career day right now. P4, it could maybe even be P3 depending on penalties dish out. But remember, it's still a 4-car train. Might even be only a 3-car train if jab can just pull away from this, which is very well possible. Jab is pulling away from this train as Smoking Ginger does go a bit wide on Entrance Anthony Nose. Just gonna be Dallas's chance to move at the P5 right here. Oh, that's a bit of wheel bang right there. Skyrat's looking at this, maybe take advantage of the opportunities being given right now. And he will not take advantage of it that much. That will be Smoking Ginger down to P5. I'll bring up the P4 for about half a lap. Dallas at the P4 himself, and Skyrat will remain in P6. I think he's increasing the gap by 1.5 seconds every lap. He's at the 17.5 seconds now. We were on him a lap ago. So it's safe to assume that's probably what he's extending it out to be. Depending on how it goes, by the end of the race, he could be a full pit stop ahead of the closest car. And that's just shocking to think about. Skyrat gotten pretty close to the back of Smoking Ginger. Smoking Ginger has been struggling the entire race. Well, not really the entire race, but just recently now. Smoking Ginger gets a 5-second stop go. That'll really affect them. We haven't seen a safety car since the beginning of the race at all. So that could very well be costly for Smoking Ginger, who's just now peeled into the pits for, I assume, soft tires. Yep, they are. And a new wing as well. And this sort of race will get boring for the last 12 laps, unfortunately, for everyone watching. Not really going to sugarcoat it because it's the truth. Axe got off to a very dominant 19.2 second lead. AF1 Master gets a time penalty. So is Wayman. Wayman's been penalty ridden this entire race. Let's see how many he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 corner cutting penalties and 3 stop-go penalties. That is insanity. And Wayman just got another stop-go penalty for pitting. How many pit stops is this for Wayman, actually? 6 pit stops. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Wayman having an absolutely atrocious race. Scotty Rat was down all the way down to P14 and P15. That's where he qualified. Made a brilliant comeback now. Currently battling for P4 right now. Does not get the exit he preferred. You have to remain in P4 for at least one more lap as it looks right now. Only 4/10 back down. And Dallas is a bit of his front wing on exit Casino. That can really affect his pace now. Especially at a track like Monaco where downforce is key. Any part of your wing that's lost is going to majorly affect you. And this is an opportunity where we could see Scuddy Rat maybe get right by Dallas right here. Within the next lap, I think. Dallas trying his best to keep it off the wall. This being said, Skyrat is very close to the back of him. Skyrat just needs to get a really good exit, and he will have Dallas in the same vote, and Skyrat has gotten just that in the same vote. Dallas is going to go defensive. Skyrat has to back off a bit. Dallas trying to make his car as wide as possible, and at Monaco, making her car as wide as possible is not really a difficult task. Brooke Organ has gotten within a second of V2 combat. With the next lap, I think he'll be within DRS range, possibly. Can we maybe see Skyrout try and move into a different corner on Dallas? Because he is, like, visibly getting very impatient right now. Through the tunnel. Does not put his ERS mode into overtake. In Nouvelle Chicane, nothing will come out of this. 8F1 Master gets another time penalty. And the back is very close. Not close enough though. Through the swimming pool. Very easy to hit the wall here. Dallas will keep his nose clean and will not hit the wall. In Razcast, where Dallas loses a ton. Yep, right in the gearbox, Scuddy Rat is. Scuddy needs to exit. And does not get it. Almost did what Wayman did just right at the beginning of the race. With only 8 laps to go, he can't really afford many mistakes like that. And Brooke Organ, will he get the exit he needs? Maybe overtake V2 combat, he will not. Smoking Ginger will get a 3-second time penalty too. Skyrat's probably starting to get very frustrated. Not only that, he knows that V2 behind him is starting to catch up. Probably think just get on with it. Into the tunnel, he will not put his ERS on the overtake despite the fact he has 87% charge. He would have been, I think he might have been close enough to go into the Nouvelle Chicane. Not sure though. I'm not the driver in that situation, obviously, so I couldn't really say. But through swimming pool now. Skyrat's starting to get really close now. And he will have DRS on the main straight. Just a matter of him getting the exit of Anthony Noge. And he will not get the exit he needs. He will not be close enough to make it move into St. Devote, unfortunately. But Gorgon might get close enough to V2. Needs an exit. And he doesn't really get a good exit, but he will attempt to overtake. Putting on the DRS into turn 1. Nothing will be made of it. Goes in very deep and hits the wall. That might have been more wing damage. Does not look like more wing damage though. Surprisingly. Skyrat trying to look for a gap around the outside of Dallas. Nothing will be made of that though. And in the Nouvelle Chicane, Skyrat will have to remain behind him. To be 100% honest, the race has been kind of boring. But Monaco, kind of expected it. When Axe is extended out to 26 seconds, he can make a new pit stop for an entirely new wing and still win this race. Now, you are very mistake prone on a track like Monaco, because this track is not easy to navigate. But right now, it looks like Axe is going to tie Arsafon Uzumaki's win record of 10 wins in this race. And all Axe needs to do next weekend, or just sometime in the season, has Skyrat going through into turn 1. I keep missing these things. All these overtakes, and that's Dallas visibly struggling. He might have more wing damage. Either that, or just really struggling through Casino with the little wing damage he does have. Yeah, it just looks like the one end plate that's missing right now. Yeah, the left end plate. After you broke it in the turn 1, or out of the Casino. And now Skyrat's already a second and a half ahead. Axe is the second time penalty, but that really does not matter since he has a 26-second gap. And yellow sector 3, that is somebody who crashed. That was an Alpha Taurus. GSR accident to the pits. That is not a scheduled pit stop. Somebody else has crashed too. That's a race point going slowly too. Half a wing for Super Women. I don't think X had any issues when it comes to his wing. I think he just is going for fastest lap on the soft tires because he knows he has the gap to do it. And yeah, Aero cover is even out of Anthony Noj while X is already coming out of the pit lane. Axe has put on a brilliant show for us today. I think Axe is trying to take the fastest lap back. And V2 going out by Brute Gorgon. Brute Gorgon maybe trying to fight back with DRS. And nothing will come. She passed somebody in there. Smoking Ginger, though, might not be in P4 as he was earlier in the race. He is still having a career day right now in P7. This is the best finish he's going to have all season. Or, not he's going to have. Hopefully not. Hopefully he ends up getting a podium, but like, as it stands right now, this is his best finish all season. Now, I don't want to really curse him. Don't want to curse him at all, but same with Axe with his 8-second gap right now. But he's running pretty good right now. And when you push hard, that's when you start making mistakes. And Axe is probably going to be pushing really hard right now to get fastest lap. And maybe he can do what he did last season and crash out of the race. Let's hope that's not what he does. All he needs to do is navigate for 4 more laps with the purple sector 1. And there's another yellow sector for Superwoman, who's not broken his wing again. Not sure what happened there. Women has put 8 pit stops into this race. And Scryri's actually caught with Jeb MSU. Scryri could possibly take the podium away from Jeb. I didn't notice he got so close. I've been too busy fiddling with this stupid microphone, trying to fix it because it keeps muting itself. And going defensive in Nouvelle Chicane, Scryri's going to try it. He is not going to be close enough for that move, though. You have to introduce your axe to the 110.645. It's almost a qualifying lap for some of these tiers. And Scryri just needs to get... Oh, that's a bit of rear end savvy right there. Yellow sector 2, that is a racing point with a broken front wing, I can assume. I don't know what for. I just assume every time it is because of how many pit stops Wayman has had. But Scryri was really close to Nouvelle Chicane there. And Scryri trying to take podium away. He's gotten 2 podiums already this season, one from Hungary and one from Baku. Definitely looking to make it one more, and that's the yellow sector 1. I'm not sure what for. There's not even anything wrong up there. Axe is going to take 2 more laps for the Monaco Grand Prix. Hopefully take the victory without a mistake. 30 tenths back, probably moving up to 4 tenths, but Scryri is trying to get as good of exit as he can, hit his podium away from Jab. I need to check the penalty situation too, though, because that could also decide this as well. Jab has 2 penalties. Scryri has nothing, so all Scryri has to do is just sit behind Jab. He doesn't even have to push, but he's pushing right now, going side by side in the Saint Devote. And Scryri, almost for bragging rights, will go right by. And since there's not many battles happening on track right now that are gonna come to light, at least there is only 2 more a lap and a half remaining in the Monaco Grand Prix, and GSR is the one who's controlled it and led every single lap. And Superman gets another 5 second for speeding in the pit lane. That is his 9th pit stop of the Grand Prix. And it's 3 second time penalty, but GSR actually will go to take his final lap here, Monaco Grand Prix. Stunning performance by him. Got the gap up to 27 seconds at one point before pitting, and even then after pitting, he's gotten it back up to 20.1 seconds. Amazing stuff by the AlphaTauri driver. Axe showing that he still has the pace despite racing in this league through 3 different games, those being F1 2018, 2019, 2020. He's kept some decent pace throughout all these games. He's gonna come and hopefully, unless he crashes in the last half lap, tie Arsafon Uzumaki's win record with 10 Tier 1 victories. Nouvelle Chicane, very easy to mess up at just any point in this track. 22 seconds, you can make the gap up to 23 seconds by the end of the race though. Coming through or into Rascas, out of Rascas into Anthony Noge. GSRX, utter dominance today. He is going to win the Monaco Grand Prix, leading every single lap. Nice stuff by him. Aero Cobra not too far back, or that's a bit of an exaggeration, he's very far back. He's going to finish 24 seconds back. And Scryri only 9 seconds back from Aero Cobra, just overtook Jab for the podium. He's going to finish P3. I am not going to do interviews, unfortunately, due to my microphone's status right now. That is 9 pit stops for Superwoman. But anyway, for the sake of my microphone, I am not going to do any post-race interviews. Sorry for anyone who will be watching. Yeah. That's gonna be V2, finishing P5 on track, but Brute will take it away from P5 right now. Smoking Ginger with a career best P7. Nice stuff by him in Dallas. The last of the finishers will actually take the P7 away from Smoking Ginger. He'll move down to P8. And Ginger actually has not finished the race yet. I had not realized that. Is he out of fuel? He may well be out of fuel just by the fuel indicator right there. Thank you all for tuning in today. Sorry for no post-race interviews. Unfortunately, everybody. But my microphone decides to just be absolutely awful. Thank you. I'll let you enjoy the penalty celebrations, or the podium celebrations and results.